All right, we had to put you on pause there for a second. We had somebody come up, but so yeah, the reading was,
Yeah. Oh boy.
you know,
But even though you weren't present in the room, I think it still helped you to hear what he had to say.
yeah. My mom recently passed, and I think her energy's hanging around, for a while because she's, kind of attached to me. Kind of need to send her on her way, but she'll have her life review. But I don't know. If any of you guys go through this, I tell you. So, being a psychic, being an intuitive, whatever you want to call it, we all have the ability, okay? But it's not something you see every day. It's not something you do every day. It's not a norm. You're not grown up that way. Now, when I was a kid, I was always different. I just was never fit in anywhere. I didn't fit in at school. I didn't fit in. I just felt totally isolated. Even today, I still feel like I'm just isolated. I don't belong here. It's weird. I just don't feel a part of it, And, you have these situations happen to you in your life. Me, I had people who had passed on come into my bedroom. I had extraterrestrials come into my bedroom. I didn't know they were extraterrestrials at the time. The green sort of, I think, is a reptilian hand, right? Which I didn't know until years later. Because she got me these books written by Lisette Larkin, and I went, who was, had these so-called visitation, abduction experiences. And I went, yeah, that's it, but.
Yeah, you resonated with that quite.
Right away.
Yeah.
But, so, we'll talk about that later, but. It's so incredibly wacky, right? So I push it away, and I think that's a lot of my problems with my anxiety. I push it away and I don't confront it, I don't, and they're going, come on, guy, I've had people come up to me out of the blue saying, you're supposed to be doing readings, not working at FedEx, but FedEx is a normal job. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's readings are like, you're a wacko. It's not normal. You know what I mean? I've had to come to terms with this, and I'm 61 and still coming to terms with this.
Right.
But it's not normal, right? But what is normal? What is normal? And you still question kind of who you are, right?
Right.
To a like, is this stuff real? Is, what, you know what I mean? And some of the stuff is so like, I've had things happen that were blow your mind. I was at a KOA campground in Sylmar, California at one time, like wondering what the hell's going on here with my life. And I was trying to become an actor, living in my car. And the reason why I was trying to become an actor is because I wanted to be a voice for this God, Goddess, all that is, whatever you want to call it. And at the time, I thought, no one listens to John, but they listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not that he knows anything, but because he's an actor, right? So I thought, okay, I'm going to become famous, popular, and then I can transition into this field. Because what I realized,
spiritual teacher that's well known.
Right. Because what I realized is, we're a part of something greater than what we originally thought. And it's this infinite wisdom, this source, God, Goddess, all it is, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And, I realized that so very long ago. And that was my whole reason for even wanting to become an actor. Like, I don't really give a crap about being an actor. It was more so just so I can get the message out, right? And that's really what it is still today. But I push it away. I push it away. And I think a lot of the anxiety is because they're like, oh, dude, they're kicking me in the ass. They're waking me up like, come on, man. And they wake me up at night like a lot, like, hey, asshole. Right?
Get going.
Get moving, man. you know,
Right.
because before you know it, you're fucking dead, right?
Right.
And
you
it's like,
missed your opportunity.
well, you missed an opportunity, but you'll have to redo it again.
Right.
But, you know,
Well, you missed it in this go around.
maybe. But, you know, you'll go, shoot, you know, I guess I should have did this or could have did that, or, you know. And it's like, I think a lot of us, you know, a lot of people who get older have those, like, damn, or when they pass on, they go, shit, I should have did this, I should have did that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, you don't want to be that. You know, I don't want to be that. You want to do it now. I mean, one thing Jesus and Buddha taught us was, you know, enlightenment is good in this lifetime. You can have it in this lifetime, you know. And I think I've gotten to that point, but, you know, like I said, it's not really what you know, it's who you teach, right? But, so I don't, you know, we do this the way, we did the other channel, Soul Awareness, Grow, Love, Expand. But I started wanting to film these walks because we get into these deep discussions sometimes. So that's why this whole thing came about. But, and I love to talk to lots of different people.
Right.
But, you know, it's, you do, like, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, are any psychics out there, intuitives, do you know what I'm talking about, where you're just kind of like, this is weird, man. And then, you know, your friends are going to think you're weird. And
Yeah. People who work with energy, who can heal, you know, have healing. There's a lot of people out there that have, you know, gifts.
right.
I don't know what to call it, you know, but
Well, and then you get, like me, I get scared of everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to look like a weirdo. I had this heart thing. I have a little palpitation. I'm having a heart thing. What's going on with my heart? You know, well, you know, I'm having, am I breathing good? Is my oxygen good? Am I, you know, right?
yeah,
You know, because you go through all these emotions in your brain and your mind, you know, like, oh my God, how's my oxygen level? You know, what's my heart? Is my heart related? Yeah, okay, you know, and then you do all these tests and they go, no, your heart's good. You're pumping good. Your
yeah,
ejection fracture is good. All, you know, you go to the emergency room like 9 different times and, oh, I'm having a heart attack. You're not having a heart attack. Your troponin levels, you're all good. It's anxiety. And you wonder, okay, is this anxiety just because I'm not pursuing this like I should be, right?
They gotta let you know somehow.
And my guides are going, dude, come on, wake the fuck up, right?
Right.
Do it, man. Come on, you're so gifted. You're so good at what you do, right? And like Becky Lynch, it's not me saying it, it's Sports Illustrated saying it. It's, you know,
Yeah.
It's like, you know, right? It's Bleacher Report saying. It's other people who are telling me, you know, they're saying, dude, you got to do this. And I'm like, you know, you got to do this. You know,
So
like,
what-
and then
what
I had
did you
people
give
I have people at work go, John, why are you here, man? Like, it's like, what don't you know? You know, healing, you know, people at work. I mean, I remember one time, and they were saying something. I go, well, that's not really where here. This is not where your pain's at. Let me show you where your pain's at. It appears that it's in your shoulders, but it's actually down here. And they push and they go, whoa. And they go, yeah, that's it. I go, yeah, well, how do you know that? I don't know how I know that, but I just know that. And then they go, dude, why are you here? Like, why are you doing something different? Like, dude, how do you know all this stuff? You know, and I don't know. You know, I just do, right? I mean, you know, like,
I guess what you don't know is how to put it into practice in real life, like everyday life.
well,
should
yeah,
say.
I mean, I don't, you know.
You know what I mean?
Put it in that, and it's like, you know, you got to get around the right people who don't think you're a wacko, you know, or a weirdo, because I think I'm a wacko enough for myself. I don't need other people to think I'm a
Yeah,
wacko.
you don't need somebody else confirming it.
Right? And, you know, you go to Sedona, and you get around other people, and let's be honest, sometimes sometimes in that whole New Age spiritual world, it's like, come on, dude. They're like, you don't need to be woo-woo. You could be a normal person and be an intuitive. You know, you don't say, well, the blue light flows through the sky, and this energetic, like, no, you know, that turns people off.
Yeah.
I think. You know, it turns me off.
Yeah, me too.
right? That's why I like John Edwards, you know?
It's kind of fake. It seems fake.
Fake to me.
Yeah.
John Edwards is pretty direct, you know?
He just talks to you and tells you.
Kind of in your face, which I like. I guess that's why there's so many different types of mediums and intuitives and healers, because, you know, everybody migrates to a certain personality or type.
They can't take the information in if it's presented in a certain way. Always, you know, so you have to find the right person for you.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, find who resonates with you. I had one, Jan Ross. She was really direct, really good.
They always say, you know, the teacher appears.
And she passed on, but yeah, you know. Well, I think we all need teachers, right? We all have guides, coaches, you know, even myself or somebody who's been doing it for a long time. You need somebody, a coach, because sometimes it's very difficult to look at yourself objectively.
Yeah. And that person can say to you without worrying about hurting your feelings or whatever, you know, this is what's going on.
Right, you know, it's like a golfer, right? They have a coach. Do you want to get better or you want to still suck? You know, it's like, What do you want to do? Well, because your swing sucks.
You want to keep telling me how good I am, or you want to make me better?
Right. So it's like, you know, I mean, we saw Colin Morikawa win today at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, right?
Right.
And it's like, you know, what's changed, you know? He goes, you know, early on I was thinking about the future. And he's like, screw it. I'm just worried about now, you know? I'm just playing golf. I want to win. And it's like, all right, you know?
Yeah, it somehow freed his mind and then he won.
Right. So his swing wasn't bad. His mind was screwing him up, right? So he had to get his mind right, which so many of us need to do, which is me.
Well, you know, you're
right?
Not alone there.
It's getting the mind right, because like she always says, you know, why don't you just live? Quit thinking about, you know, your oxygen level, your heart rate, your blood pressure.
Just be. You know, just go on with your life.
And then you don't think about it, and, you know, easier said than done for me.
Voila,
but
you're okay.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right. That's why I like, you know, I have a good doctor just because she, you know, Moonji, I call her my future wife. She, I would say this, she's
got a good bedside manner.
She's got a, yes.
She's very understanding.
It's not that she's still a doctor into some of the modalities that I don't agree with. But she's also like, when I said, hey, look, I'm going to stop taking this, she goes, okay, stop it for a while. See me in a month. Let's see what happens. She's like, okay with it, you know? And she's like, yeah, well, let's get you off for this. Let's get you off for that. You know, she's also realizes.
She's willing to try.
I'm very sensitive. She realizes that. She goes, you know, I've known you for 10 years or whatever. You're sensitive. You don't react the same. Right?
Yeah, right.
So she's aware of that. And so that's a good thing, right? But that kind of reassurance calms me too.
But she also can reassure you in a real time, very real way that you're not under any immediate
wackoness.
Nothing's emergent. Like you're not going to die right now, you know.
Yeah.
She tells you it's okay, you're okay. This is why you feel this way.
But, you know, so, I mean, I don't know, like you intuitives out there, if anybody listens to this, do you go through that? I mean, you know, where you're like, you deny it or you're questioning, like, you know, what the hell, you know, like this is wacky, you know, or extraterrestrial experiences. I've had the, you know, we've had the UFOs come to our house.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, and it's always like, you know, 2, 3 in the morning. And you're like, oh God, here we go again.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try. So a long time ago, this guy by the name of Philip Burley, he was a channeler, and he channeled Saint Germain. And this was one of the first physical incarnations that I had happen in front of me. And some friends of mine said, hey, Philip Burley is a guy, he channels Saint Germain. Do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Interesting. Yeah, that'd be cool. So, there we go. And then we were all, there's a bunch of people there. And they turn the lights down low and we start chanting hallelujah. The whole room, hallelujah. I don't know how we were doing it. Hallelujah. I believe that's what we were doing, chanting hallelujah. Over and over and over. I guess to raise the frequency. Well, and everybody's supposed to have their eyes closed. And I'm like, yeah, this is bullshit. What the hell's going on here? Lights are down low. This is like, right? And I'm thinking, this is bullshit. Right? And, well, guess what? It wasn't.
Yeah.
The lights were turned down, and in the middle of the room, this flicker of light appeared, like flick, 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 like a flashlight, and then a full body. And I'm like, and if you all know what Saint Germain looks like, purple, beard, I'm like, what? And I see this physical manifestation of this individual. And it walked by me and just turned and went, hi, John. And then walked behind Philip Burley. And next thing you know, he didn't sit in him. He just kind of walked behind him. And I say it's using the vocal parameters of the channel. So, and next thing you know, then right when he did that, Philip Burley starts talking.
Wow.
At Saint Germain. And I'm going,
I would like to have seen that. I was not present for that, but that sounds awesome.
I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
wow, what just happened here? Like,
And after that, he was gone?
no, he started channeling.
Right.
He started channeling, and then at that point, I'm like engrossed in the channeling. But took me like, and then I don't remember what happened. I was just into the channeling, and then the channeling ended.
Yeah.
Like, in a certain amount of time. But it was like, that was my first sighting of a physical manifestation. Like, it was crazy. Really, I mean, like this light, like and then I'm like, what? And so we're gonna try that. Her and I, we're gonna try and do it ourselves. I don't know if you've ever heard of these books. They're called Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. If you can get those, get them and read them. They are an incredible read.
I believe there's
6 volumes.
6 volumes, yeah. They're not long and they're not difficult reads. They're pretty interesting though. I would recommend them.
It is about scientists who go to the Himalayas in like the 30s, and all but one came back to write because what they saw, manifestations, like they're in a room and they're like, somebody's going to come in, and here walks Jesus, here walks Buddha, Siddhartha. And read these books. It's like, it's amazing. It's
kind of like a quest they go on, and what happens when they get in different places and different parts of the world. It's pretty incredible. I can't really recount it to you. It's better if you read it yourself, but
right.
Pretty awesome.
If it's true, I mean, but these I mean, right? These guys actually did go to the Himalayas and see these monks and these siddhas and had these experiences, and it's like,
and they were taught how to
change their life. I believe there was one where like there was like kind of a Hubble, and Jesus basically walked in and transformed it into like just beautiful furniture and like,
Yeah, and there was one where
the ability to manifest.
they got somehow up into the mountain without knowing how they got there. They manifested up in a
Right.
in a dwelling that was up on the mountain, and when they thought they had to go up there, they said, "Oh, there's no way, we can't get up there. We can't. I mean, this is a very harsh part of the world.
Right.
You don't just go up the mountain." And they, appeared there. without physically doing it.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool. They're good. That's a good read. If you guys get a chance, Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. Probably get them on Amazon, like everything else, right?
I would imagine so. They're not easy to find like in a regular bookstore, but Amazon,
No.
Amazon probably has them.
We've given them away and gotten them and
Yeah, we have-
reordered and given them away and reordered,
Yeah, we have a set of them now.
But
They're pretty good.
it's like that one movie with Shirley MacLaine, Out on a Limb. I have it on VHS. I want to get it, the DV. I want to get it on CD because that was a great movie too. But Life and
Probably-
Teachings of the Masters of the Far East,
It'd
really,
be good
really.
if we could stream it, but I don't know where we can get it. That's the problem. It's old. It's kind of an old one.
You can stream it on YouTube.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like grainy because it's old. I mean,
Yeah.
it's incredibly old. So
From the, was it from the 80s? think-
yeah, had to been.
I
Had to
think-
been. Had to
I
been
think
from
from
the
the
80s.
80s.
Had to been because 87 is when I had my spiritual journey begin.
So it was after that.
Right. But yeah, 87 is, when my
Somewhere.
grandfather died, and that was the start of me going, okay, who am I? What's life? What am I? Who's God? What's God? Right?
Right.
So, but anyways,
Life's questions, everybody asks them, I think, at some point.
yeah. I don't know, pretty cool. So, a couple old farts go through life and pretty interesting, but Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about, what we talked about, anxiety issues, like if you deny who you are, do you deny a part of yourself? Like maybe you always wanted to be a singer, maybe you wanted to be an actor, maybe you wanted to be an engineer, and you just,
Maybe you deny your sexuality or you deny something about yourself, right? Like what you know to be true, but you can't expose it to the world. Something like that. There's a lot of things that can create anxiety.
do you, yeah, it's,
Relationships,
that's a whole other
families.
issue, that whole sexuality
Well,
thing.
yeah, but I just mean as far as what can
Because I
cause
think
it.
what people misplace about the whole sexuality thing is what is really meant to be taught there and learned, that God is neither a male or a female but all things, and it's
Everything.
an it, right? And so we put so much designation title. Kids should be riding out on the sidewalks, on the bike lane, but here they are.
But they're not.
They're
Nobody
kids.
can.
But I think there's a whole lot more there, than I think a lot of people are missing the lesson there, right? To be more understanding of what actually is, what's going on. It's like, oh, the Bible says this. No, the Bible doesn't say that. Okay, no, it's not true. The Bible is a great story, good book. It's got a lot of mistranslations in it. It's got it's a lot of books been removed from it. It's been, taken over by
A lot of misinterpretations.
deliberate things left out because of people want to, humans got a hold of it. So it's just, what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that there aren't some great lessons in it. That does not mean there is some great stories,
Right.
because there are. But, the Bhagavad Gita, self-realization, the autobiography of a yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda.
Right.
I mean, there's some really good stuff out there. But
And there's a lot of parallels there amongst.
it's huge,
Yeah.
huge parallels.
Lots of kids.
A lot of
riding
kids riding their dang bikes
their,
on
riding their bikes.
the sidewalk. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for
Yeah,
hanging-
let us know if you have any thoughts about any of these topics that we discussed.
if you have any questions,
Right.
You know.
We'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from you. But appreciate your comments and your subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. And we're building a community here, like-minded people, and love to expand this to basically the way of life. I mean, I think it's just, that's why we call it, the way. It's
Way of life.
learning about yourself, learning about really that you're greater than you can possibly even imagine. And if tap into that.
Yeah, help you see it in yourself.
So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great, rest of your night. Be kind to yourself and love yourself always.